Welcome back to Cooking with Hannah So, and we are hitting day 2 of our 25 days of Cookmas, and today we're going to be making some mushroom herb chicken. Ooh, I'm telling y'all, this is so good. So let's jump right in and get started. So the first thing you're going to do is make sure your chicken is completely clean and dry. Add a little bit of olive oil and then season this baby girl on up. And of course, as always, the full measurements and ingredients are going to be listed below in the description box. Next up, we're going to make sure that we're using a nice cast iron or heavy bottom skillet. Get it nice and hot and add some olive oil and butter, and then we're going to be placing our chicken in here skin side down. Now, we are not trying to cook this to full completion. We're really just trying to get a nice sear and get some color because we're throwing it in the oven on 400 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes until it reaches an internal temperature of about 145 degrees. Now, when your chicken comes out of the oven, this is what it should look like. And then we're just going to pull our pieces out of the skillet and set it to the side so that we can make that nice mushroom herb sauce. And just in case you were wondering why we're not making this and cooking this chicken to full completion, we are going to toss it in the sauce at the end and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. And we don't want to overcook our chicken. Now, I did have too much of the drippings and oil in the bottom of my skillet, so I did remove some of it before adding in my finely diced shallots and mushrooms. And then we are going to saute these and let them sweat down for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now, funny story, y'all. I absolutely hate the texture of mushrooms, okay? But I still cook with them because I just love the flavor that it gives dishes. But you best believe when it's time to eat, they are coming up off my plate. So if you're just like me, trust me, you can still cook with them. Now we're going to go ahead and add in our herbs. I'm using some rosemary and thyme. We're going to saute those ends with the shallots and mushrooms for about 1 to 2 minutes. And I like to go and add a little bit extra thyme. And I just do it by taking the branches and pulling away from the direction of the leaves and go ahead and putting that inside of there. We're going to let those saute for another minute or two, but then it's time to add the heavy cream. So depending upon how many pieces of chicken you're making and how many people you're trying to feed determines how much gravy you should be making. I like extra as well, so I did end up adding in 2 cups of my heavy cream and stirring in between to make sure it's well incorporated. Once it starts to thicken up, I did season it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I returned my chicken. And y'all, I'm telling you, at this point, your house is smelling absolutely amazing. And it's going to fool you into believing you can eat those mushrooms. So do not blame me if you do, because trust me, I'm not, okay? Once you get your chicken returned, we're going to go ahead and spoon some of that gravy over your chicken and let it simmer on medium for about 5 to 10 minutes until it thickens up. And then this is what you should have. Now, I served mine over some white rice with some sauteed green beans and added more of that gravy on top, and it was absolutely delicious. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. And as always, I enjoyed, and I hope y'all did too. Now, all the links to my cookbooks, recipes, and my new seasoning line is below. So until next time, bye y'all.